Good afternoon. Welcome to Southeastern Technical College's Lunch and Learn for September 2015 here on the Swainsboro Campus. If you saw the flyer going around today about today's event, you probably noticed that the scheduled presenter was Mr. Paul Graham, who's our IT director. Well, he's currently on the Vidalia campus fighting fires of servers not cooperating and drives not up and running. So instead, you guys have me. My name is Mr. Ashley Harmon. I reiterate the Mr. because I get about 2 emails a week addressed to Miss Ashley Harmon. I can assure you I am a man. Why my parents gave me a female name, I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, if you see my name listed anywhere online, in Angel, Distance Ed, on the website, I am the point of contact for the Vidalia campus for Distance Ed, technical problems with Angel, hybrid courses, etc. Here in Swainsboro, we have Miss Sonia Wilson. You probably have taken Miss Wilson or will take Miss Wilson for math class. She's a point of contact here in Swainsboro. Now, there is still a little bit of a chance that Mr. Graham's going to make it today, and he was scheduled to talk to you guys about remote lab access, IDS. So I'm going to push that to the very end, just in the instance that he does come. And I'm going to begin talking to you guys about Distance Ed, about our Angel system, our single source login, some of the resources that you need to know how to use to be a successful STC student. So real quick, raise your hand if you are taking an online class or have ever taken an online class. All right, so we got a whole lot of hands going up. So some of the things I'm going to be telling you guys is not going to be brand new. So hopefully we can cover what is necessary, and the only way I know to do that is for this to be interactive. So if you have questions, please raise your hand. Please ask anything that you feel the need to ask about Distance Ed, online, Angel, MySTC, email, etc. Chances are there's another student in the room that probably has the same issue going on, or even if that's not the case, we're filming today's Lunch and Learn. Someone watching at home could very well have that same issue. So if you're watching at home, just keep in mind the camera makes you a lot shorter and puts on 20 pounds. I'm really 6 foot, 150. I just wanted to point that out. So anyway, what I want to do is start by showing you guys MySTC, which once again, sometimes we refer to as a single source login. It's a really cool resource because it gives you a way to log in and access virtually everything that you need as an STC student to be successful. And even though we're a reasonably small technical college, we've always been at the forefront of distance ed and technology with our remote lab, with our MySTC, with our commitment to our online courses. And MySTC is just another example of us doing something which we know is going to benefit our students. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this. Hopefully everyone can see that. Well, let's see, how do I get? One sec, guys. Mitchell. Yes. How do I navigate if I can't see the screen here? Do I just look up here?
Yeah, or I can swap it so that it's identical. But
if you could, that'd be easier. Sorry, guys. While he's doing that, anybody have any questions at all about anything related to distance ed? You guys know the difference between an online class and a hybrid course?
Not really.
Not really? Who said that?
Right.
Okay. An online course means it's 100% off campus. You don't have any scheduled class meetings, with the exception of the proctored event. If you're taking an online course, you will have one time minimum that you'll come to campus and take a proctored event. Most likely a test, but it could be something else. It could be a project. It could also be a speech project, something like that. A hybrid course takes let's say a class that would typically meet 3 hours in the classroom, and instead of meeting 3 hours, you might meet an hour and 45, and then you're expected for that additional hour and 15 to perform online in Angel or another learning management system like Math Excel, Reading Lab, SamTom, something like that.
So any class that uses Angel is considered a hybrid class?
No, not necessarily. The vast majority of classes here at STC, even traditional 100% lecture classes, still use Angel because it's such an excellent resource for you to have access to your grades, for you to see how you're doing in the course. Your instructor could possibly give you resources, PowerPoints, projects, rubrics. You ever lost your syllabus? Your instructor could use Angel just to post your lesson plan, your calendar. So it's a way to keep you organized and on topic at all times, even in just a traditional classroom class. Okay, so I've clicked on My STC in Southeastern Tech, and this takes us to the single source login. Since we're already in week 3 here in fall term, everybody knows their 9100 number at this point. So we know that in order to get in here, you have to type in your 9100 number and your password. So I'm actually going to demo one of my students who I asked, do you mind? I logged in as him this afternoon. Anybody here not know their password to get onto the computer? Great. All right. So when we log into My STC, it's going to take us into this home screen here where there's really quite a bit of resources available for you. I know it might be somewhat difficult in the back to see this, but on the right there's a calendar. There's quite a few different hyperlinks to sites and information which are going to be useful to you as an STC student. But what I'm primarily going to talk to you guys about for the next couple of minutes is way over here on the left-hand side of the screen where you see resources. And once again, single source login means once you've logged into My STC, now, for instance, if you want to get into your STC email, you can just click this button and then it's going to automatically open your STC email. This icon here at the very bottom is Angel Learning, and that's where I'm going to start by showing you a few different things. So once again, we're demoing a student who's in the marketing program, and by clicking on the Angel icon, we can see that Michael is taking 3 classes currently, and under courses we see Business 1190, English 1010, and then Marketing 2000. So before we actually look at any of those classes, I want to point out that once again, we now have more information, more resources available. I tell students all the time, read, 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 click, click, click. We have posted as a college many things out there which are meant to assist you and to help you navigate and to understand what you need to do to be a successful STC student. So it's up to you to find this information. Here's public announcements inside of Angel, and you would just simply scroll and read the information, see if anything pertains to you. There's some tutorials which I've posted here. Discussion, how to perform discussions using the Dropbox, taking a test. There's some information which is more along the technical support lines. If maybe you're working at home, something's not cooperating, chances are this is the information that you need to fix those problems. Real quickly, working in Angel, I would advise you not to use Internet Explorer. Anybody here like IE, Internet Explorer? You really don't care, right? You just want to get on the internet. I would encourage you when working in Angel to use Firefox or to use Google Chrome. Everybody know what I mean when I say different browsers? These are free downloads. You go to Firefox or Mozilla and download that. And rather than getting on the internet by clicking on that little E, you would use Firefox or use Chrome. But again, we list that information here. I started off a few moments ago telling you about myself and Miss Wilson. Also on the Vidalia campus, we have Miss Moy who could help you if you ever had issues as well. But anyway, so read, click, click, click. Information is here for you. Try to find it. And lots of times the information that you need is there. It's just a matter of locating it. But what I want to do is I'm going to click on Michael's BUSN 1190, which is a Digital Technologies and Business course. This is Miss Tina Jernigan's class. Anybody got Miss Jernigan this term? Got a few hands. Chances are you may have Miss Fountain here in Swainsboro, but Miss Jernigan's over on our Vidalia campus. And this is a completely 100% online course. So if you've never seen an online class, this is a pretty good representation of what one would look like. You can see Ms. Jernigan has what's called a VOCI, which is just a messaging announcement where, I don't know if we have audio, let's see. I know that's not very loud, but it's all right, Mitchell, we don't necessarily need to hear that. But on this home page, once again, there's announcements Ms. Jernigan has offered up to all of her students. She's got reminders, welcome. There's the textbook, so you know you bought the right one. You can run a grade report, see how you stand in the class. Up here at the top, we have lots of icons. Again, click, 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 read. You can't break anything, you can't undo anything, so, search, make sure you fully understand what's expected. Now, one thing that I definitely want you to be aware of if you take an online class is my requirements are probably different than Ms. Jernigan's. I might ask you to do things a little different than she does. So it's up to you as the student to learn that. Ms. Jernigan may want you to post announcements by saving them to your P drive, your student drive. I may want you to use the Dropbox. So don't make assumptions because your instructors may have slightly different methods in how they want you to perform coursework. So I saw some hands up earlier. Those of you that are in an online class, where is the overwhelming majority of the time spent? Which one of these buttons here at the top? Coursework. That doesn't mean we don't need the other ones, but coursework is somewhat the meat of the class that you're taking. This is where you perform discussions, where you take tests, you might have projects, drop boxes, learning resources, quizzes, you name it. This is where it's going to be located under coursework. So once again, you will notice that there are 7 different folders here, and each one has content beneath the folder. So you're going to get tired of me saying this. Click, 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 read. So click on each one of those. There is a reason why that they are here. There's possibly things for you to do. There's possibly information that you need. You definitely need the syllabus. You definitely need your lesson plan. You see we got weekly assignments, documents, standards for this particular class. That's the state standards, which you're going to cover, which you're going to know as when you finish this particular class. So I'm just going to click on weekly assignments for a sec. Now, Ms. Jernigan has broken this class down into 15 weeks. Why'd she do that? We got 15 weeks, right? So she has a folder for each of the 15 weeks. So if you're following that syllabus and lesson plan, and you know right now, what are we in, week 3? All right, so you know, I got some work to do. I'm going to go click on that week 3 folder, and chances are this is where I'm going to be spending my time this week in Business 1190. Again, it's a folder system, which means there are items beneath. So you can see she's got a review, a test, a discussion, and additional assignments, all to be performed under week 3. Again, not all instructors are going to have a weekly system. In my classes, I don't use a weekly system, so again, don't make that assumption that you're going to go into my class or another teacher's class and it's all going to be broken down week by week. Obviously, there's more than one way to set up a class. All right, so I'm just going to get out of here and show you a different one real quick, just to show you how classes are oftentimes a little different. Well, this course, Marketing 2000, this is actually a hybrid. We talked about hybrids just a few minutes ago. This is a class which meets on Monday nights from 6 to about 7:45, and then the student has assignments which are going to need to be submitted in Angel in order to make up for that time that we're not meeting each week. So immediately, doesn't this class look a little different? The theme's different, the layout's a little different, but we still have the similar icons and tabs at the top, and we still have coursework, once again, which is the meat and potatoes of the class. So you're going to know this is probably where I need to go to perform my classwork. And if you thought that, you would be right. Now, Mr. Ernigan used a weekly system. I use a unit system. I have Unit 1, Unit 2, and Unit 3. And under those units, then I have weeks. So, I mean, that's a very minor thing, but I point that out because if you didn't take the time to click and look around, you might have missed that, got a little bit confused. You're on your lesson plan. You're trying to see what's due. Click, 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 read, read, read. You would have found exactly where you needed to go if you had just clicked, a little bit further. All right. We had a lot of hands going up. Students that are taking online, have already taken online. Let's look at it from a different perspective. Who has never been in an online class? Just a few. Do you think in your time here at STC you will have it online? No? You don't think you will? There's a really good chance you probably will at least have a hybrid, if not an online. I can tell you sometimes it's tough to fill your schedule. You get to the very end, you're trying to graduate, you need 12 hours, 3 of them are in a time slot that works, and that last one you just got to take it online. So even though you might think you won't, there's a really good chance that you will end up taking the class online. So let's do this. So far, any questions? All this is pretty easy. Just click, read, look. Again, can you break anything?
No.
Can you do something that can't be undone? What should you do? Click and read. Absolutely. So I'm going to go back to my STC. Again, this is that single source login. This is your point of access to all the stuff you need to be a good STC student. We were looking at Angel. This one is remote lab access. I'm going to give a couple more minutes, see if Mr. Graham happens to show up. But everyone here knows you have your own STC email, right? It's a very important tool because your instructors, chances are contacting you. Whether you're in an online class or not, you are probably getting emails. So if you're not checking your email regularly, you might be missing something. So what's regularly? When I say regularly, what do you think? Yeah, I mean, the more the better, obviously. If you log in, there's nothing new. Oh, well, it took you 30 seconds. But regularly, yeah, try to check it at least daily. You may have something from the college. You may have something from your teacher. You may have something from, who knows, maybe a student event that you would have missed had you not logged in and checked your email. Real quick, Angel has its own mail system. Did you know that? Raise your hand. Is it the same as this? No, it's different. So again, back to understanding your teacher's requirements. Some of your teachers in distance ed classes, the online, the hybrid, they're going to say, only email me at my STC email, at my aharmon@southeasterntech.edu. Others are going to tell you, if you need me, you send me an Angel mail. I want an Angel mail. I want it to be contained to that course. Once again, it's your responsibility as a student to read and understand what it is that your teacher expects of you. If your teacher is telling you only use Angel when you send them an email to their STC email, perhaps they wouldn't get it quite as fast. That's why in our online classes, all of your instructors are going to tell you their preferred method of contact. And again, everybody's a little different. All right. Can everyone see this icon which says Banner Web? one of my veterans here. What's Banner Web? Why do we use it? Who said that? What was that? She said to check on your financial aid. Can you do that in Banner Web? Definitely. What else can you do? Classes, check your grades, your transcripts. Someone said registration. It's another tool, resource that you need to know how to use. If you don't know yet, you will be using it. Most of you folks are going to be here a year, 2 years, some of you a little bit longer. You're going to be using Banner Web. So go ahead and take the time, click on it, look, see what's in there. If nothing else, I can tell you as an instructor, at least once a week, I have a student contacts me and say, Mr. Harmon, how many more classes do I have until I finish? Have you learned in Banner Web? Obviously, I can pull up that information and tell them, but you can do it yourself. You can reference the course requirements for your program, see what you've taken, what you haven't. And I would encourage you to, be a part of that planning process, planning your schedule. You may know that this upcoming summer you're real busy, you're getting married, you're having a baby, you're going on vacation, whatever it is, you don't want a full load. Your instructor doesn't know that right now. But you may know that you can plan ahead, so when summer term 2016 comes around, you can take a lighter load and still, perhaps still stay on pace. So you take responsibility of that by using Banner Web. Now, since it looks like Mr. Grimm's probably not going to make it, and I think our bellies are getting full, and some of you are probably ready to head on to the next part of your day, let's go ahead and jump into the remote lab access. First of all, what in the world is remote lab access? Why do we use it? What's it good for? I heard you do your work at home. So how does remote lab allow you to do your work at home? Okay, she said you can access your student drive and all the materials that you would possibly need as an STC student. That includes softwares. What if you were at home and you needed Microsoft Excel, but you don't have Excel on your computer? Well, here's your solution. Here's your answer. Remote lab access allows you to go in and essentially be on the STC like you're on campus. All the drive that you have here on campus, the softwares that you have, everything is going to be right there, even from home. Remote lab access. Sometimes it's called, you might see it referred to as Citrix or IDS, but primarily we call it remote lab access. Now, whenever you go to use remote lab access, again, single source log on, we're just going to click on the button, which is going to take us directly into it. If you're at home, you've never used the RLA before, you're going to need to download the software which is going to make this run. You guys done that at home, some of you? So if you get to this screen and it doesn't look like this and it says you need to download something, that's okay. Don't be afraid. Download it. Go ahead and run that, save it, download it, etc. And then now you will be running the remote lab access from home. So this is just a really quick example of logging into remote lab access. You can see the student now has access to all Microsoft Office products. So whether he at home has Access, Excel, PowerPoint, Publisher, or Word, he can get to those by using the RLA. So that's pretty cool, right? You don't necessarily want to buy the Microsoft Office suite if you don't have to. So this is an opportunity for you to use it without having to own it. Now this second folder here, you may be able to see says web browsers, Chrome, Firefox, and Internet Explorer. If you're at home, and this is probably the most important thing that I can tell you because this is the #1 technical support issue with remote lab access. If you are in remote lab access from home and you have just performed a paper, a project, and you've saved it in your student file, now you want to go into Angel and you want to upload it, right? You want to upload it to the digital Dropbox or somewhere in that Angel class. You're not going to be able to do that unless you are on Angel inside of Remote Lab Access. So you're going to have to go here, one of these browsers. Earlier I said probably Firefox or Chrome. You're going to need to pull up the internet and then log into Angel. What happens if you don't do that is if you were just over here in the other Angel that we were looking at, that Angel isn't talking to your student drive whenever you're home. If you're on campus, that's not the case. But if you're at home, those two are not going to see each other unless the Angel that you're running is in Remote Lab. Does that make sense? Anybody have that problem? It was confusing, right? So that's the solution. Chances are you're going to run into that. Again, that's the #1 technical support issue with Remote Lab. Students saying, I can't find my drive. Well, you have to be on Angel in Remote Lab for it to function. And then your drive, right here, Windows Tools, you can see is Windows Explorer. So for Michael, clicking on Windows Explorer, this is the drives that he has available to him. Do you think that's something that you guys might use in Remote Lab? You guys do work at home sometimes? All right. So this is going to be the best way for you to access those softwares and the resources that you need from home, from really anywhere. Not necessarily home, anywhere. You just have to download that software one time. All right. Does anybody have questions about anything at all? Okay, I've got a question in the back. No question. A couple of, you have a question?
How do you get back to the remote lab again?
Okay, Remote Lab is one of the features that you have available to you by logging into MySTC. That's the best way. So once you log into MySTC, it's one of the icons here on the left under Resources. It's actually the first one. So by clicking on that, it's going to take you into the RLA.
Does it actually do that? You have to click on the Explorer and access
Your drive.
drive and all that stuff.
Correct. That's from home. That's correct. If you're on campus, then obviously that wouldn't be the case. But from home, yes.
So you pull up the remote lab and you pull up the
Correct.
Explorer or whatever.
You'll have your P drive and your M drive. The M drive is where your instructor can share content with you. So it could be anything from a project to a rubric to a diagram. They just want to share it with all of their class. So they can post it on the M drive. And then the P drive is your personal drive that you can save all of your classwork to. And it gives you just a really nice, cut and clean place to keep all your coursework. Set up a folder for each of your classes. By the time you guys are finished, you're going to have a whole lot of things which you've accomplished while you were here at STC. And a lot of those things you might want to reference back. You may want to use again. Heck, take it with you whenever you get out to the workforce. You may find it useful. Now, I'm going to let you go in just a second, but a couple of things before I do that. I have students more commonly, probably than ever before, contact me with issues with Angel where they're trying to perform something in Angel on their phone, on their iPhone, or their Galaxy. That's not recommended. It's okay if you want to check things on your iPhone, if you want to log in, see what you made on a project or an assignment. Please don't take a test on your smartphone. As it stands, we don't support the application of smartphone use in Angel. So get on a real computer. Now iPad's completely fine. Get on an iPad and pull up Safari. That's okay. But don't take any tests. Don't do anything major on your phone if you can help it. All right. Any more questions? You guys ready to go, right? All right. Well, thanks for listening. I hope you got a little something useful. And if not, my contact information is in Angel. It's in ISTC. It's on the website. Feel free to get in touch with me, and I'll help you any way I can. guys have a great afternoon.